Hello everyone. Thank you for taking a few minutes to watch the tribute video my studio mates and I created to celebrate the life of our teacher, Gisela Goettling. Gisela was one of the most renowned and respected voice teachers, not only in the Chicago area, but nationwide. She could take an average voice and develop it into an exceptional voice. She could take a sick or damaged voice and restore it to health. She could bring a naturally gifted singer into realms higher than they thought were possible. No matter what level of skill a student came to Gisela with, she was able to bring out the best in all her students. The road to Gisela achieving this status was long, starting with her as a young person in World War II Germany through her journey to the United States. Please take a moment to read the wonderful biography written by our friend Serena Salud. The link is in the description below, and you will get a sense of who Gisela was with her relentless, passionate spirit. We got the news this past September that our Gisela passed away. My friends from her studio and I felt compelled to create something. We couldn't just let her go without leaving a tribute and share with the world who she was and how much she meant to us. We asked the students to answer the question, what is the greatest thing Gisela ever taught me? And you will hear in everyone's own words how a voice lesson with Gisela was often more than a lesson in beautiful singing, but also a lesson in beautiful living. Take a look.
One thing that Gisela taught me, of the many things that she taught me, was to be healthy. Not just in your physical body, and not just in singing. Of course, she did say that singing is one of the healthiest things that you can do. But also just healthy in your soul. Whenever I expressed to her a problem I was having, something that was happening in my life, something that was bothering me, whether it was a person, a thing, a circumstance, she would just say that that's not healthy and would encourage me to walk away from that situation or change that situation. But whatever it is I needed to do to maintain a healthy soul, that's what she encouraged me to do. So thank you, Gisela, for helping to keep me healthy, to sing healthy, to breathe healthy, and I look forward to seeing you again one day. Thank you so much, Gisela.
The greatest thing that Gisela taught me was to live life to the fullest each and every day. She had been through so much in her life, and I know she was in a good deal of pain a lot of the time, but her love of life and love of what she did truly was inspirational. Her energy level was truly something to admire. It was way more than mine a lot of the time. And I miss her so much. It was such an honor to be taught by her.
Going into a lesson with our Gisela was not just about learning how to sing well, it was also about learning how to be a decent human being. Among the many gems that Gisela imparted, one stood out to me. It is the idea that we are vessels through which our singing passes, meaning that it's really not about propping ourselves up, but rather about elevating the music. In singing, we are offering something rather than taking something for ourselves. This really speaks to Gisela's integrity because, by her own admission, the fact that she was a Leo meant that she commanded attention to herself. But I believe she was strong enough to always come back to the vessel idea. This has really helped me to stay centered and humble in my own performing. Thank you, Gisela, for helping to shape our lives.
The greatest thing Gisela ever taught me was to always carry myself with grace and sophistication. You never saw Gisela looking haggard or disheveled. She was always done, hair done, jewelry on, dressed. I came to Chicago to study music from the middle of nowhere, Alabama. And when I was with Gisela, I was waiting tables to support myself, which was very exhausting, dirty, tiring work, and I didn't feel like a opera singer. I felt like a tired old waitress. So one time she gave me her ticket to the Lyric Opera. She let me borrow her St. John evening gown and her diamonds, and she wanted me to experience that. She said, "This is the woman you are. You dress up, you go to the theater, and you carry yourself that way no matter what you're doing, whether you're waiting a table or you're washing dishes, it doesn't matter. You're the same person, and you carry yourself that way no matter how mundane the task is." And that's something that has stayed with me throughout my life and has shaped me into the person I've become today. So thank you, Gisela, for imparting that wisdom on me, and we miss you dearly.
But the greatest thing she had to impart was her joy. How did she achieve that joy? Where did it come from? My theory is that she had that inner peace from being in very close contact with her own inner being, her higher self, God, whatever you want to call it. She knew that God had put her on earth. At some point she achieved this knowledge, not only to sing, but primarily to teach. She therefore did not experience the inner conflict that so many of us have struggled through when wanting to do one thing and being forced to do another. She was where God had placed her, doing what God had equipped her to do. And that is a recipe for joy.
Gisela had unstoppable and unflappable strength and commitment. She didn't expect anything less of herself than she did of her students. If you had a lesson, you showed up every week. If you had an emergency or had to do something that you weren't going to be able to make it, you had to switch with another student and make sure that you came in that week. No excuses, not even laryngitis. Laryngitis? No problem, we hum.
One of the most indelible things that Gisela taught me was that the most important messages you receive in a lifetime are not loud. I love you. I'm pregnant. I'm sick. She believed, as she put it, that any idiot could sing high and loud. Any person could get attention through theatrics, but it took a true artist to sing pianissimo. A focused intention is what kept attention, captured imagination, and connected us as human beings. Above all, it is that human connection through authentic intention she taught us to strive for in song and in life. And for that, I will always be grateful.
She would always say to me, act, don't react. And she would say it just like that, with such conviction and power. And I always would say yes, okay in the lessons. But I finally fully understood exactly what she was trying to tell me. In all honesty, it was to own and cultivate your own actions from your heart. And don't be a puppet to someone else's feelings and actions. Be responsible and stand tall in your convictions. That would be something I could hear her saying. She didn't accept a lot of excuses. She expected you to own your own, and she expected hard work. That was who Gisela was. She had endured such an incredible amount of hardship in her life, really, but you could tell that through all that hardship she really poured out the amount of love in that. She will always be an incredibly special person to me in my life forever, and I will always love Gisela. She was my mentor and my friend.
I remember Gisela talking about biting into the apple. And the funny thing is that I didn't get it for a while. Like some other things that Gisela taught, I didn't get till months or sometimes years later what it actually was she was trying to explain. And that one I talked about with Tammy Jancy, and then it all made sense. The lifting of the front of your face, biting into the apple. In addition to technical things, of course, Gisela was all about attitude, and one of the things I still think of today often when I'm performing, whether it's for a congregation or an audience, is thanking the people who came, thanking them in your heart before that they took the time to come and hear you, and then when you're taking your bows, saying thank you. That reframing of taking some of the focus off of yourself has really helped. So.
Hi, I'm here on the Rhine in Wiesbaden, Germany. I'm supposed to say what the greatest gift that Gisela gave to me. There are so many, it's really hard to just pick one. I'm sure we all have the same ones, from the Hufflepuffle to the lip trill, all of these wonderful things that taught us how to sing and sing well. But that's not what Gisela's greatest gift to me was. Her greatest gift to me was teaching me how to accept myself exactly for who I am, and to encourage me to explore who I am as a singer, but most importantly as a person, and to really trust myself. That is the greatest gift that Gisela gave to me, trusting myself.
Gisela was driven to do her best, and she was relentless in her dedication to her students. Her life served as an example of a disciplined musician, motivated by the joy and the love of music. She taught me to go the extra mile. She taught me never to be late. And she taught me that true reward was to immerse yourself in your career. I miss her very, very much.
In the Act 1 trio from Mozart's Così fan tutte, the sisters Dorabella and Fiordiligi with Don Alfonso wish the soldiers safe travels as their ship set sail. It was a favorite of Gisela's, and we often closed our concerts with this piece. May the winds be gentle, may the waves be calm, and may every one of the elements respond to your wish. It would be Gisela's wish that we all go on to live joyful lives. We know that a part of her, from the wisdom she taught us, continues to live within all of us. It would also be Gisela's wish to have us all together singing again. So we present to our Gisela, her beloved, So Ave sia il vento.